this series of special sessions on a particular topic, the stock exchange. To introduce myself, I'm Jayesh Patel. I can see some old faces, some of my students with me, but there are quite a lot who were not with me and are new to me. So therefore, let me just introduce myself. I'm Jayesh Patel. I'm currently teaching history and civics at the 9th and 10th levels. Okay, apart from being a coordinator and the other responsibilities, as you know, that we have in PGS. Now, yeah, let's quickly jump into this particular topic. The stock exchange will be through 6 slots that we have of 45 minutes throughout the week, and more than the theoretical part, okay, I'll be actually dabbling into the practical aspect, and we'll be actually seeing some snapshots of the practical world of the stock exchange. And so therefore we'll have a judicious mix of both. We'll try to complete the theoretical part. You ought to know some of the concepts well, properly, some of the terminologies that are associated with the stock exchange. But very quickly we'll be into the practical aspect. Time remaining, whatever time remains, okay, I'll take you through some stock stories. We'll go through some of the websites. We'll talk about the ups and downs of the stock exchanges. We'll see some of the case studies, some of those who have those rags to riches stories, and vice versa in stock markets. Okay, so anything and everything is possible. Well, most of you must be into this stream, particularly for this particular topic. You might have opted for the commerce stream to just go into this particular field of stock market, stock exchange. Now, before we actually begin with this, when the setup is being installed or done over there, let us have some interactive session about the experiences that we all might have. Okay, we all are not new about this. Okay, stock exchange, or generally, typically, we call the share bazaar. Okay, and this share bazaar experiences, I think most of us might be having. Our parents may be investing, they may be trading, and we have several such experiences that are there in Rajkot. Okay, most of your either relatives or cousins or neighbors or you yourself. Okay, you yourself might be investing in stock markets at this age. Yes, why not? When I was in 8th standard, I started investing in stock markets. Yeah, so therefore, how many of you are directly involved with stock market exchange and stock market real time? You're doing it? Your father, okay. How many of you, first of all? Anyone? Mikey Lali? None. Okay, good. Very good, I would say. It's not the right. Yes, Jugari. Okay, it's not the right age right now. First of all, you need to have a lot of information before actually dabbling into the real-time trading and so on. Okay, how many of you have some sort of experiences to share with all of us? Okay, some interesting stories or maybe some sad stories about stock markets that may be related to your family, to your dad, to your uncle, to your neighbor. Somebody has something to share? Anyone? कोई नहीं करता? Nobody around? You haven't heard anyone around in your family? Or I had one hand over there. But can you share your experience? What sort of trading your dad is doing? Or you better. You had raised your hand. Yes. Okay, he has accounts with NSE and BSE, and so his MCX also, SCX also, and so therefore he is a trader, or he is an investor, or he is a speculator. You have a terminal. Okay, you have a brokerage firm. Okay. Okay, so therefore you have other clients, you have other customers, and you actually, that's a firm that actually buys and sells on behalf of those customers. Okay, So that way you have a brokerage firm, that way, so to say, you have a terminal, so to say. Okay, right. Anyone here? Any experiences? Come on, there are thousands and millions of experiences around, floating around. Practical world, यहाँ पे तो कुछ सीखने का नहीं है यहाँ पे. Actually, it's in the market, the real-time market that you learn about this particular topic. Have you heard somebody who made crores of rupees in stock markets? I haven't made. If I would have made crores of rupees, I wouldn't be in AV1 of Rajkot. I would be in AV4 of Mumbai. Okay, this may be a small place for this one. Okay, right. No, I haven't made. My brief history. Okay, many of you have very wrong impressions about me. Okay, so let me correct you. Okay, this is my real story. I was born and brought up in Orissa. Okay, I had been to a convent school, and I had a very struggling family financially. So therefore, at a very early age of say 6th, 7th, 8th standard, I started sitting in my family business. We had this garment shop, and I was into the selling of garments and so on. Okay, and in those times, I passed out my ICSE in the year 87. Now, the 10th standard ICSE board in 87, and so therefore, in 1992, you must have heard about Harshad Mehta. Okay, and those boom times that came in stock markets and all. So therefore, I was into stock markets at that early age. But as you know, at a very early age, you take very wrong decisions, very ill-informed decisions, and so therefore that was a boom. The Indian markets were not mature. We did not have those online trading facilities in those times, and so therefore there were many such investors who were trapped, and I was one of them. Okay, I made some wrong decisions and all those things, but in stock markets, this is the best thing. The experience that you gain, okay, once you start making loss, you gain a lot of experience, and then you start having a lot of more maturity, and that way you say that, okay, next time I'm going to take far more better decisions than the last time, than the previous times. But therefore, that way, this is that kind of a pit or the well that you keep on just going down and down and down, and you realize that, okay, you are every time you have a new experience, and so therefore this itself is a life, this itself is one whole world in itself. So now over there, I started having this sort of experience over there, but I got married in the year 1996, then 1999 I decided to shift to Rajkot, because for 40-50 years my family had lived in Orissa, somewhere far away from this Patel community, so to say, the close families that we have around over here. And so therefore my parents wished that one of us is going back to basics, back to roots. Okay, and so therefore I decided, being the eldermost in the family, I said, okay, let me just go to Rajkot and mera naseeb apnata hu, main kuch karta hu, kind of, that kind of attitude leke. So I had my 2-year-old son under my arms, and I had 2,000 rupees in my pocket, and I just came to Rajkot with my wife, and I said, ho jayega, the attitude, you know, okay, kar lenge, kuch to kar lenge, kind of, aisa. So therefore, 1999 onwards, I had then been into the practical stock market trading almost on a daily basis. You must have heard of intraday trading. Okay, intraday trading is when the market opens at 9 o'clock and it ends at 3:30, you take some positions over there. Okay, and so therefore before 3:30, you wind up the position. Okay, so now why that intraday traders? We have a lot many intraday traders. Say for example, आज Reliance का भाव क्या? What's the stock price of Reliance today? Anyone? Come on. મને તો 5,000 કંપનીઝના શેરના ભાવ આજે મોટે છે અત્યારે લેટેસ્ટ. It's around 850, right? 851 share price of Reliance cost. Now, if you have to buy 100 Reliance shares, how much of money would you require to pay? 85,000. 85,000 तो हर एक के pockets में नहीं होता है. 85,000 is quite a big amount. Okay, but you want to make some quick bucks. Okay, we all hope to make some quick bucks, some quick money over there. Okay, so therefore, if you have to take the delivery of 100 shares of Reliance, you'll have to shell out 85,000. But over there, what you do in the intraday trading is you actually buy Reliance shares, but you're going to sell it off before the market ends, before 3:30. Okay, so if you're buying at 850 rupees, 100 shares of Reliance, okay, and you anticipate that in the next hour or 2 hours it's going to rise to 870 or 880, so that way you are making a neat profit of say 20 or 30 rupees on 100 shares, so that is almost 2,000 to 3,000 rupees you are going to get. Okay, so you are buying it at 850, and when it rises at 880, you sell it off at 12 o'clock noon or 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. before the market closes. And so that way you are taking home that kind of profit, 2,000 or 3,000 rupees. That is intraday trading. Okay, the vice versa, loss also happens. If you buy at 850, it may go down 830, 820, and you end up losing 2 to 3,000. Okay, so because I didn't have any money, so I was into intraday trading. I had some 10, 20, 30,000 with me, that sort of saving. I did not have any career to make, in the sense I was into teaching. I said, okay, teaching mein kya rakha hai? In those times, Kiran sir used to pay us only 3,000, 4,000 rupees. That was the teacher's salary in those times. So therefore, my real passion, my real ambition lied with stock markets. And the school was almost for say 6.5 hours, 1:30. And at 1:30, I would just simply fly off to that office where the trading would happen, and I had 2 good hours, very 2 good hours of that particular day to trade. Okay, and market movements are either initially the first half an hour when it opens at 9 o'clock, 9 to 9:30, there is a lot of volatility, ups and downs that happens, and the last closing hour, almost 2:30 to 3:30. So I had good 2 hours over there. I did not take my lunch, and I simply used to go over there and do a lot of that way intraday trading. Because intraday trading, it did not require the amount, the huge amount as investors used to actually pay and take those stocks. I had to just wind up my positions over there. Okay, but the struggle continued over there, and slowly means I lost 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000. અને પછી આપણે શું કે ઓલો હાયરો જુગારી બમણો રમે. So when you lose 50,000, you want to just either you want to play double, extract that for 50,000 plus make some more profits over there. Okay, and you start taking more and more risks in life. Okay, and so therefore that way my tendency of intraday trading, it increased on and on and on and on. And in one particular day, on an average, I used to trade almost 3 crores to 4 crores per day. 3 crores to 4 crores per day is almost on a single day. I used to either make 80,000, 90,000, 1 lakh, 1,50,000, or lose up 50,000, 60,000, 70,000, 80,000. So if one day I am actually gaining 1 lakh rupees, the next day I am losing 90,000. The third day I am gaining 40,000, and the next day I am losing 50,000. Plus minus, plus minus, plus minus, plus minus. So throughout, so the grand total that stands right now is minus 10 lakhs. Minus 10 lakhs in stock markets. Okay? But then as time was passing by, my kids were growing up, my frustration, my desperation was growing up, and I said, I'm just wasting my time, my energy, my money and everything. So then I spotted, okay, enough of stock markets and such things. Let me focus on my work over here. Let me be into other profile, as my profile over here parallelly was growing in the school. So I started focusing over here, and then I realized, okay, अब ये stock market का boom आ गया है, real estate का boom बाकी है. Okay, so in 2007 I said I took the biggest risk that way. I said, okay, अब real estate में राजकोट में prices will increase. So in the year 2007 I bought 1 flat. Okay, I had 1.5 lakhs only. That was my corpus. That was my saving. And so I bought a flat of, in those times it was very cheap, unlike the current prices that we have in Rajkot. I bought one flat at 8 lakhs rupees, and I had only 1.5. But I had that kind of financial planning. I had some gold of my wife, then I had one FD. Okay, then I had my future income. I calculated those things. Okay, so that financial management, I said, yes, we ho jayega. Within 6 months, there was an adjacent flat that was available for sale. And my planning was actually, I said, okay, I can also buy one more flat. Okay, and I was very sure about my future income and my growth over here. My salary was increasing over here. And I did not have any other source of income that way. But I was very pretty sure that way. I bought the adjacent flat also, and that was just the beginning of the real estate boom in Rajkot or throughout India, so to say. Okay, so now those 2 flats I have rented out to 2 of our teachers over here, and then meanwhile after 2 years thereafter, that is in the 3rd year after I purchased those 2 real estate properties, I bought one more tenement of around say 30 lakhs. So this particular 3rd property I bought for myself to refrain and abstain from doing the stock market trading. Okay, because I knew I was becoming very lethal. I was becoming very deadly. Whenever I used to go and trade over there, બાકીના બધાય તો આમ પાછળ આમ ઓડિયન્સની જેમ જોવે કે જયેશભાઈ કેવી રીતે રમત રમે છે. I used to, at a time, I used to buy 5,000 Infosys, 5,000 Reliance, 5,000 Satyam, 5,000 Wipro and 5,000 ઓલા બિચારા બ્રોકરની જે લિમિટ હોય એની એક્ઝોસ્ટ થઈ જતી. And so therefore, means for me, my account was almost limitless kind of. And because of my goodwill, because my payment was never ever delayed by a single hour. How will you create your goodwill? Your goodwill is you have to stand by your commitments, your financial commitments. And so therefore, that way to just remove my attention from stock markets, I bought the 3rd property. But the 3rd property also granted me that kind of returns, and એના ભાવે double triple થઈ ગયા. ઓના ભાવ 4 ગણા થઈ ગયા, આના ભાવ 3 ગણા થઈ ગયા. So therefore, a stock market may not have directly granted me some good returns, but that way indirectly એને મારું ભલું કરી દીધું. So yes, I am just 1 crorepati. My net asset value is just exactly 1 crore, not multiple crores. Okay, so in the last 10 years I came with 2,000. Now I have almost neat 1 crore rupee on cash. That way, if I sell these assets, I can encash that. So this is my small story about this. But I'll talk about the experiences over here. Even though in spite of losing 10 lakhs, I'm hopeful. One fine day, when I just repay all my loans, when I have surplus amount, okay, then once again we'll dabble into the stock market. So I'm hopeful about the future. I will utilize all this knowledge. Maybe some of you can partner me. Okay, we can have one joint capital firm, and then we can just go into this stock market. So here we are. Fine, to begin with, we'll just introduce ourselves and a few such things here and there. Then the real terminology and concepts will come in the next lecture onwards. Now you must have seen this particular picture. This is the Bombay Stock Exchange, and the bull is very famous. What does the bull signify in stock market? Bull. What does it signify? Rise. Okay, bull market है ये. Okay, market में तेजी आने वाली है. Okay, the markets will rise. The company stock prices will rise. Reliance 800 का 1000 हो जाएगा, 1200 हो जाएगा, 1400 हो जाएगा. Okay, and what's the opposite of bull in stock market? Bear. Okay, bull का गाय नहीं होता यहाँ पे. यहाँ पे bull का bear operators. Okay, मंदड़िया वाला तेजड़िया कहवाय છે. Those who believe that the markets will go up, and so therefore they start accumulating shares and then they sell it at a higher price. But there are many such pessimists. They believe that the stock market will go down, the prices will fall, and so therefore they will sell it. Okay, if they sell Reliance at 800 right now, they anticipate Reliance to go down at 700 rupees, and so therefore they can just make the reverse profit. You sell it first at 800, then you purchase it back at 700, so you make a cut of 100 rupees. Okay, so we have those terminologies coming up over here. We'll talk about the stock exchange later on. Once we finish our concepts, we'll come back to this. This is the National Stock Exchange, okay? Bombay Stock Exchange, 1875 onwards. Bombay Stock Exchange, very late. This is a very recent one, almost 25 years. This came in the globalization era. Now, the National Stock Exchange and Bombay Stock Exchange, these are the two national exchanges that we have currently, where most of the securities are traded, most of the companies are listed over here. Okay, and so therefore, we'll talk about this also. I've gone in this building and મારો એક કેસ હતો એ લડવા માટે ગયો હતો and I was in the second floor over there. Okay. Some of the superstars of this particular topic. Do you know them? Yes, Vanda? Udayan Mukherjee. Udayan Mukherjee, yes. Anybody else? क्या करते हो? हाँ? So? તમારા છોકરાઓ આવશે ને એના બેચ માટે ત્યારે ચડી જશે ઓલમોસ્ટ. Yes. Others. She is also Mukherjee? No. Then she is Mukherjee. But both are Mukherjee. That does not mean both are husband and wife. Huh? Both are Mukherjee. No. Why should you relate and connect if they have the same surname? Let them be Mukherjees. હું એ પટેલ ને કિરણ સર પટેલ, but we don't have any relations. Yes. What are you girls doing? You watch Star Plus more? Joshi. Okay. Fine. Let's not waste time. Chalo. Mitali Mukherjee. Now all these are the anchors in the CNBC channel, CNBC TV 18. Now there are other channels, okay, that are there. G Business and many such other channels are there. But a very high reputation is carried by these anchors of CNBC TV 18. Okay, so if you just watch them talk about and debate and interact and present, okay, so you'll be looking at what sort of knowledge that they carry, the information that they carry, most updated information and all. Okay, to begin with, Mitali Mukherjee, she is the stock market analyst at, no, all of them belong to the same channel, CNBC TV 18. Mitali Mukherjee, stock market analyst. Udayan Mukherjee, he is the editor of that, he is the financial editor of that particular channel. Okay, he's also, all of them are anchoring. Then Sonia Shenoy, she takes through the stock market trading throughout the day. Whenever the trading is happening, she is analyzing the moves and the stock market minute to minute, that way, the presentations. Senthil Chengalvarayan, okay, now he is into the management of that particular channel. He is one of those anchors, but now he is very rarely seen. He is actually handling the channel backdoor. You have Shirin Bhan. Shirin Bhan is an automobile expert. Her many such shows on bikes and automobiles are coming, along with the stock market analysis that she does. And we have Lata Venkatesh. She is an expert in banking. Okay, so a lot of banking related repo rates and CRRs and the cuts and also relating to banking analysis he does. So therefore we have a few names over here. Yeah. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala. Who is he?
He is a very, very famous investor. He has got a firm which invests in different companies, and he is also called the Warren Buffett of India.
Good.
He is also Gujarati, and he has made a huge fortune in the stock market.
Great.
And it is said the shares of the company which is he buys
Are always going to rise.
Right. Okay, so people follow those shares and they start accumulating whatever he is buying. Can you name the firm that he? Okay, Rare Enterprises. Okay, so let's go through his profile first. Okay, very inspiring profile. Just go through it very briefly. Just look at this. He started his career in 1885 when the BSE Sensex was at 150. Currently, the BSE Sensex is at 18,900 or 19,000 today, 19,000. But this is 150. The Bombay Stock Exchange is calculated with the base year 1978. 1978-79 નો જે financial year હતા ને ત્યારે જે 30 companies છે. What is BSE Sensex? BSE Sensex, the Bombay Stock Exchange Sensex, consists of 30 good companies that has a big market cap. Okay, lots of shares are there that are owned by the public, and so therefore it's an average of that particular year's accumulated average of those 30 companies. Okay, so 1978 માં 100 હતું ત્યારે. Okay, so in 1985 it was 150 only. BSC was 150 only. Today its value is 19,000. So you can imagine how many times it has grown from there. Now comes the interesting part. He made his first big profit of $500,000 in 86 when he sold 5,000 shares of Tata Tea at a price of 143, which he had purchased for 43 rupees only. 43 માં લઈને 143 માં વેચી નાખ્યું, and this was just in 3 months. Within 3 months he made that neat profit, and between these years he made 20 to 25 lakhs is a huge amount in those years, in the mid 80s over there. And then Sesagawa. Now this Sesagawa, once he touched Sesagawa, currently Sesagawa is at a very high price. એને પછી કટકા કર્યા અને face value ના the 10 rupees face value was actually converted into 2 rupees and 1 rupee and so on. So many such bonuses were given, and so therefore that way he bought 4 lakhs of Sesagawa in forward trading worth 1 crore and sold almost at different prices. Sesagawa still continues to be there in his portfolio. Okay, so even today Sesagawa is a very highly traded stock today. So see, his Rare Enterprises, that's his firm. Fine. Let us okay, we may have a blurred picture over here. Now this is the screen that you see of the CNBC when the trading is going on over there. Now what are these lines known as? What are these lines known as? નીચે જે બે પટ્ટીઓ આવે ઇંગ્લિશમાં શું કહેવાય એને? Strips. Good, great, you're right. They are known as tickers. Okay, tickers. They actually show the latest prices. Okay, whenever the trading happens over there, they are live streamed. Okay, live streaming that happens, and they are the tickers, so to say. So over here we have whatever is going on. Okay, we have the Sensex and the Straits. International markets are actually, their indices are actually reflected over here. But over here we have these two lines. On the upper line we have A group companies. Okay, very creamy companies that we have, and in the lower line we have the B group and other companies.
Sir, एक लाइन क्यों fast line use?
ना ये एक लाइन फास्ट है कारण कि A group most of the stocks, okay, and people own are in A group over there. Okay, because so they require the prices very quickly. They want A to Z to be rolled off very quickly, fast. Okay, so therefore the upper line, you are true. Because the upper line, most of the public is involved in A group shares. Okay, and આમાં તો બહુ ઓછા હોય ને ઓછા ઇન્ટરેસ્ટ વાળા હોય ને આ તે બધી. Okay, now say for example Cummins, this company, Cummins, it's an engineering company for example. what is this 292.10 signifying right now?
Open fee down price.
It's the current price, okay? કે જે છેલ્લો સોદો અત્યારે પડ્યો એ અત્યારે 292 rupees 10 પૈસામાં પડ્યો, okay? What is this down meaning? And what is this 3.60 meaning? As compared to the previous day, okay? ગઈકાલના પ્રમાણે આજે 3 રૂપિયા ને 60 પૈસા એનો શેરનો ભાવ નીચે ગયો છે. Yeah.
Sir, what does that mean? 3.4?
I'm coming to that. So this is actually as compared to yesterday. આજે આના ભાવ 3 રૂપિયા ને 60 પૈસા નીચે છે આ સ્ટોકના. So therefore whenever there's a red color, it signifies it is in loss. એના નીચે ગયા. And if it is in green color, it signifies કે એનો ભાવ ઉપર ગયો and the arrow is up over there. Okay. Now this, what does this 3.4 or 3.4K meaning? 3.4K. Great, excellent. It's the volume. આજ સુધી અત્યાર સુધી સવારે 9 વાગ્યાથી અત્યાર સુધી 3.4K. 3.4K is exactly how many thousand? 3,400 શેર્સનું કામકાજ થયું છે. સવારે માર્કેટ ખુલી 9 વાગે. 9 વાગ્યાથી લઈને અત્યાર સુધી 3,400 શેર્સની ક્વોન્ટિટી એટલું વોલ્યુમનું કામકાજ થયું છે. ઓકે, સો ધીસ ઇઝ ધ વોલ્યુમ ઓવર ધેર, રાઈટ? So see that way, the green signifies that the prices are up over there. Volume up.
I don't even know what they are. In that case, it might be a good idea to get a little information with a fellow who owns operates a company that makes and sells oil drums. Each year, customers buy more and more from him because he makes a better oil drum than his competitors. One day, customers demand more oil drums than the owner can produce. He figures it will take about $3 million to do the job. So he decides to form a corporation to sell shares in his business to raise the capital he needs. First, the owner goes to the state government to get a corporation charter and permit to sell shares in his business. Next, our friend goes to an investment banker and shows him the record of the oil drum manufacturing company's past performance and plans for expense. The investment banker decides to help our friend sell shares in the corporation to raise the $3 million. However, before any shares in the corporation can be sold, certain information must be filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission in Washington. The investment banker and the owner must swear that the information they file contains nothing but the truth. Registration with the SEC does not imply that the government approves the stock issue as a good investment, but only assures the public the material statements about the issue are false. Punishment will be according to law. After SEC registration is effective, the investment banker pays the owner $3 million in exchange for a certain number of shares in the Oil Drum Manufacturing Corporation. The investment banker sells shares of the common stock to people at a $3 million investment and shows a profit for his services in selling the stock. Money received from the sale of shares in the business builds a new and better plant, which produces more and better oil drums. The people who bought them in stock own proportionate shares in the corporation, tools, equipment, and all of its assets. Stockholders elect the directors of the corporation. Directors represent the stock and are responsible for the way the business is run. Directors determine the amount of dividends, if any, to be paid out of earnings to the stockholders. Naturally, when stockholders invest in a business, they hope to receive dividends to help pay for necessities of life. Within a few short years, an increasing demand for the company's product posed a friend. How can he fill all the orders? He will have to build more plants and buy more tools to increase production of oil drums. It will take about $20 million to do the job. One way to get this additional capital is to sell more stock to many more people. So the Oil Drum Manufacturing Corporation votes to send its president to the New York Stock Exchange to see if their common stock can qualify for listing. The corporation wants to list its securities on the exchange so that the additional stock they need to sell will be more attractive to investors all over the nation. Securities listed on the New York Stock Exchange can be sold for cash any time in this national marketplace. Each year, inquire about listing their securities, but only those which can pass a thorough examination as to their financial health are accepted.
Calling the president of the Oil Drum Manufacturing Corporation. Calling the president of the Oil Drum Manufacturing Corporation. Report to Examination Room B. Attention all members of the Stock List Department. Report to Examination Room B.
The Stock List Department examines the qualifications of corporations to be listed on the New York Stock Exchange. The corporation must have substantial assets in plants, tools, equipment, and cash. There must be a broad distribution of its shares among a large number of stockholders. The corporation must show successful management and sales records and annual net earnings at the time of listing of at least $1 million. The proposed stock issue must meet federal, state, and New York Stock Exchange regulations. The corporation must agree to report to its stockholders at frequent intervals. If the examination by the Stock List Department indicates the corporation meets minimum requirements of the exchange at the time of the examination, the corporation's application for listing is recommended. The Board of Governors of the New York Stock Exchange finally approves the application and sees that it is made public.
Extra, read all about it.
Now that the Oil Drum Manufacturing Corporation stock is listed, its name is abbreviated for use on the ticker tape. Each time ODM stock or any other stock listed on the exchange is bought or sold, the ticker tape flashes all over the nation the price and number of shares traded. A buyer in Colorado wants to purchase some ODM stock. The buyer's broker in Colorado sees that the last ODM transaction was at $10 a share. The buyer could buy from 1 to 99 shares, which would be known as an odd lot. But the Colorado friend decides to invest in 100 shares, known as a round lot. The Colorado broker wires the order to his New York office. The buy order is telephoned to the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. It is given to the firm's floor partner, who becomes the representative of the buyer in Colorado. The floor partner goes to the post where ODM stock is traded. The representative of the buyer in Colorado bids $10 a share for 100 shares. But at the moment, there is no stock offered for sale at this price. In the meantime, however, in Maine, an ODM stockholder who needs cash decides to sell his 100 shares if he gets $10 a share. The Maine broker wires the sell order to his firm's representative on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. This firm's floor partner, representing the seller in Maine, offers to sell 100 shares of ODM stock at $10 a share. The price of $10 a share is mutually acceptable and the transaction is made. Like the cowboy in Colorado and the fisherman in Maine, investors all over the country use the facilities of brokers who are members of the New York Stock Exchange whenever they want to buy or sell stock of companies listed on this national market. Yesterday's savings financed the miraculous growth of our railroad, automobiles, airplanes, farm machinery, other industries contributing to a more enjoyable life. If a part of our savings continue to flow into industry, American labor, management, and capital can continue to build new tools and plants. Industrial expansion creates jobs for hundreds of thousands of young people who must find employment each year. A growing capacity to produce things which make life better in peacetime can be our greatest protection in time of war. When danger threatens, we can convert industry to produce the things we need to defend ourselves. Common stock investments have helped to make our country prosperous and powerful. Owning a share in American industry is like owning a share in the future of our nation. But remember, John Q, there is a risk as well as an advantage in owning any kind of property. So get the facts before you put your money to work.
And this was just a brief, cartoon clip about how a stock market or how the company issues shares and how trading is done and all such. This is an old clip, American clip. It talks about New York, and we have almost a similar thing. First of all, just understand the basics that way, that when we have to actually, we have 5 minutes, right? 8:35. Now, whenever we have to create something big, okay, say for example, if I want to just create one small shop of tea or say pan ka thalla or whatever, okay, I may have that sort of amount. But if I want to venture out and I want to make something big, maybe a very big factory, or maybe I have some business idea where I require money. And so therefore, we within this room, we all decide, okay, chalo, come on, let's create one company, and we all will put in our money over there. And so therefore, we become partners to this company. Now, say for example, I have that business idea and I'm very eager to implement that idea, but I do not have adequate funds. So therefore, I say, okay, almost I have half the amount that is required to be invested. Say for example, if that particular investment idea requires 1 crore of capital, 1 crore of money. Okay, so I say I have almost say 50 to 55 lakhs, but I am deficit of the other part, that is 40 to 45 lakhs I don't have. So if you all are interested, come on, join me, partner me, and so therefore we will collectively form a company. So when this company is formed, the company actually issues shares to all of you. Now you see, you all may not have the same sort of investment to do. Some of you will have more amount to invest. You can say, sir, हमारे पास 1 लाख रुपया चाहिए. Some of you will say, sir, I only have 50,000. Some of you will say, I only have 20,000, 10,000, 5,000. Okay. So therefore, we decide that we will break the entire unit into say the face value of 10. So if you want to purchase 1 share, okay, that will be issued at 10 rupees. So the 10 rupees known as the face value. Okay. And 1 share costing 10 rupees is the minimum unit of this particular company. Okay, so somebody says, okay, sir, I have 10,000 rupees. So then we'll grant her 1,000 shares or 100 shares. So that way, so that ownership is distributed. So now if I am the promoter, promoters almost have almost the 50% owning of the company. And the remaining are investors, small and big investors. There are financial institutional investors, so to say. The banks are owning, there are other companies who are owning. Okay, so they have some percentage of shares, some fractions of shares. So therefore, we all actually invest and we become investors, or we become the shareholders of this particular company. Now we start operating the company, and if our company is making profits in the next 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, we start making a lot of money, a lot of goodwill. So what will happen, there will be a lot of demand from the public and they want to be a part of this particular company. You must have heard of Infosys. Infosys, Narayan Murthy started at a very small scale. Okay, he and his 3 to 4 other friends, they started the company Infosys, the software company. And in the initial stage, it was very difficult for him to actually invite investments from others. People were not ready to believe in his idea. in his business concept. And so therefore it was very tough for him to just sell his shares in the initial stage. But later on, when people started recognizing potential of Infosys, now they started coming and buying it at premium price. Now see, when the shares are initially issued, it is known as initial public issue. Okay, so when that's in the primary stage, at the very first place, it is issued to public. But once all the shares are sold, and if there are new investors who want to own these shares, then they will have to go to the secondary market. So that way, some existing investor, if some existing investor want to sell the shares that he or she is holding, okay, then he can or she can sell it to some new investor over there. So therefore, the buying and selling is done at the stock exchange. If there is a buyer and if there is a seller, and at the same price both of them are willing, then the trade happens. So in our National Stock Exchange and Bombay Stock Exchange, every second there are some thousands of such trading that happens. Now the Bombay Stock Exchange, National Stock Exchange, both are having convergence servers. That way, brokers throughout India and throughout the world now see it's online trading. So anybody sitting anywhere, if they are members and if they are brokers of these two exchanges, we can just from this very room we can connect and we can just trade at Bombay Stock Exchange and National Stock Exchange. So every second there are a few hundreds and thousands of trades that are happening, because in each and every company and high volume wala companies, you can see trades are happening at such lightning speed. હજી તમે 1-2 સેકન્ડ તમે જોવો તો એમાં વોલ્યુમ્સના તમે આંકડા જોવો, વોલ્યુમ્સ will keep on increasing. 10,000 ને 12,000 ને 14,000 શેરનું કામ થઈ ગયું ને 18, 20, 22. A few such shares, some crores of shares are traded every day. So therefore, the stock exchange over here, there's a buyer, there's a seller for that particular company, and so therefore the deal happens. Okay. Now the next lecture onwards, we'll go into the theoretical part of the concept of this.
Thank you.
Thanks.